Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahalalim La Yahabashim Yahushua Bashim Racha Kudash, and double honors to the great Muslim apostles. It's the brother Ratazar Racha Halawiyah. Once more, when we say Kahalalim La, we speak in ancient Hebrew, that means all praises to. When we say Yahweh, that's the name of the Most High. And then when we say Yahushua, that's the name of the Messiah, man, the Savior for Israel. Yahweh means he exists, he is or he is to be. Yahushua meaning he delivers or he saves. And that's just a brief introduction. When we say Bahashem, we mean in the name. So Ba means in, Ha means the, Sham, S-H-A-M, means name. So when we say Bahashem Racha Kodash, we're saying quite literally in the name Holy Spirit. No, in the name Spirit Holy. Racha means Spirit, and then Holy, Kodash means holy. So saying through the Holy Spirit, all in all. So, just to get straight to the point on the video, it won't be too long, but people are feeling that spirit, that cold spirit in the air, man. I'm gonna get a few precepts on it as well, because you could already see the title of this Israelite man here. For him, it was on my recommended, so I just said, okay, let me watch it. It says a darkness. It says a darkness in the UK. It says there's a darkness in the UK. That's what he titled it. This is his channel Life After 40. So as I said, I got recommended this. I just said, okay, let me watch it. Let's see what he talks. Let's see what he says. And yeah, there's a lot of things, people being in that general moody mood, but basically that sadness, that gloominess, that's in the air right now. The love of many shall wax cold. I will get that precept, but first let me allow the Jake to talk for a bit, man. And when we say Jake, that's also short for Jacob. And Jacob is in reference to an Israelite person. Right.
Creeping in the UK for a long time now, and I've noticed it. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a real sort of darkness that's been creeping in the UK for a long time now, and I've noticed it. I noticed it just before, the lockdown, and before that whole disease. But after that, there's been a real sort of shift, and it's gotten worse. I say this because I had this experience. It was kind of uncomfortable. So I was on the train. I was getting on the train, and there was this lady there. She was a mixed race girl, really pretty woman, and I just went there. I think she was opposite me, so I went there, sit down. Sat down, had my bags, just put something in my bag when I sat down in the train. I just looked up and like that, sort of nodded while I was doing my stuff, and then I sat there peacefully, and then a minute later, she gets her stuff. She's giving me this weird look, like disgusted look. And then she picks up her stuff and she goes and sits down on the other side of the carriage. And people are looking like her, and they're looking at me like sort of thing, like, what did I do or something? Is that sort of sense? Like. And I looked, I was like...
Yeah, even just to say for a brief point, just that reaction alone where everyone else there on the train, looking at him as if he's the one at fault, that already shows you the type of society that we live in. What do they call it? A matriarchy. That's in reference for women being in rulership. So first of all, in fact, let me try to search it up quickly. A woman shall compass a man. Moses has created a new thing. A woman shall compass a man, which means they're going to be in a powerful state, and of course things will be in their favor instead of the favor of man. Should be here. All right, this is Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Now, right quickly there, we can even go into the definition or the meaning of the word compass, just to get clarity there. Right, so let me put this on quickly. Alright, so where Where is it? It says compass, yeah. So for the word compass, the root word is let me play it out.
Strong's H5437. Savav. Savav.
You see sabab, but it's pronounced as savav, something like that. But the meaning of that compass, it means to turn about or around or aside or back or towards, go about or around, surround, encircle, change direction. It says to turn about, be brought around, change. The keyword being change right there. It's true. It is a new thing. It is a change to society where, you have women of which are favored by, the political system, and of course, the government being more in favor of, women, man, in general. When it really in the scriptures, it's the men of whom have been given the authority. Let me just double check that. Okay, H5437. Okay, yeah, so it's the right word. It's the right word. Hold on. So I read it again. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? That's reference to, at times, depending on the context, it can mean an Israelite woman specifically, but it could also mean an Israelites in general. But here it says, for the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. So that's also that's referring to a woman right there. So where it says, "Oh thou backsliding daughter," backslide is referring to someone of whom is, disobedient. Of course, is really the ones who disobeys Yahweh Shem Yashai, goes against the order, because the natural order is for a man to be above the woman. Let me try to get that one as well. So the reason why I'm bringing this out is because of what the man said about everyone looking at him as if he's at fault when the mixed race woman was, which really, by the way, mixed race woman, that's just a term. You are of your father's seed. So whatever country, so-called country your father's from, that's basically your, I was going to say lineage, but I guess your country, your so-called country of origin, that's based upon the fathers. If you want to know about that, you can get Numbers 1:18. Just a quick breakdown of that. Numbers 1:18, and it says, and Moses, 1:17 rather, and Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls, man. So really, it goes back to their father's name, man. That's where your lineage and your origin comes from. So that term mixed race, there's no such thing as a mixed race. So that's just clarity. We just say it for people to understand ultimately. If you do hear brothers say that, but there's no such thing. I've just proved it to you. You follow your father's origin, because he holds the seed at the end of the day. All right, so that's Numbers 1:18. I said I was going to get this as well as the natural order. Yahushua is the head of the Israelite man. The Israelite man is the head of the Israelite woman. Of course, the Israelite woman is on top of the children, man. And so it says, children, obey your parents. Anyways, where is it? If it was, should be in Corinthians. Head of church. Let's say this. See if I can find it. Oh, it was looking at me the whole time. Okay, so this is Ephesians 5:23. It says, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Hamashiach Yahushai is, which Hamashiach means the anointed, in the head, and we say anointed in replacement of Christ. So it says, even as Hamashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Quite literally, because Yahushua means he delivers. Yah meaning he, Yahushua meaning deliverer, or to deliver. So That's the point right there, man. So really, man is the one who has the authority. We proved in Numbers 1 and 18, now Ephesians 5 and 23. Even says in verse 22, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord Yahweh. Hashem Yahushai. So of course there's an order there, man. There's an order there. And that order has been tangled with, it's been tampered with. The order of Yahweh has been tampered with, man. Hence why, this guy right here was getting them looks on the train. But let's continue.
She gets her stuff. She's giving me this weird little, like, disgusted look. And then she picks up her stuff and she goes and sits down on the other side of the carriage. And people are looking like her, and then they're looking at me like sort of thing, like, what did I do or something? There's that sort of sense. And I looked, I was like, okay, I didn't want to make nothing of it because it's a bit embarrassing. I was kind of like that, but I looked at her, gave her a glance, she looked at me and then just looked away like that. And I was like, what, was she scared of me or something? I don't know, I just feel that there's this darkness and fear. Now, it's kind of obvious that there's a fear of people now. Well, I say obvious, but maybe it isn't. But there's a fear of people. There's an untrustworthiness. And I think with that whole sort of like social distancing and all that kind of stuff, people are not trusting of others. But then there's this real discontent as well. In our bins, we keep finding like poo bags, like dog poo bags.
Yeah, but as he said, there's that fear lingering in the air, of course, because there's judgment. The rate of judgment has now increased, man. When people say it's time to up the ante, which is like a term to say it's time to increase the rate of production or something like that. Time to increase the intensity. That's what that means. So really, that's what's happening here. It's a level of fear, and that fear is coming from Yahweh and Yahushua, man. That spirit is out there, spirits of vengeance, that's going on. And I'll try to get that one quickly as well. Spirits of vengeance, man. Should be Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28, also known as Sirach 39 and 28. This is Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And who made them? Yahweh ultimately. Yahweh made them, man. All credit goes to him. Of course, these are the things. The spirits of vengeance, of which are lingering, as I just mentioned, Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. That's what's making all these judgments to happen. An example, the multiple aeroplanes that have been crashing to the ground, man. Multiple locations in different places across the world. Even in America, you had quite a few too, man. All of those are forms of judgment. When a person dies in a very crude way, in a very, some may say unfathomable, which is when you don't understand something, but it's all the Most High's will, man. Those spirits of vengeance are lingering and seeing, okay, who can they collect? That's why, we have to pray for mercy towards Yahweh Hashem Shai. Despite us being in this state of ours, we have to pray for mercy, man. That's the point, because we do need it. We need that protection. We need that hedge. Fundamentally, that's even rooted in fear as well. But fear of the right thing, the fear of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Facts. I think Psalms 34 also mentions this. The angels of the Lord encampeth around them that fear him. Should be Psalms 34 and verse 7. If I recall correctly. Yeah. Gotta highlight that one. The angel of the Lord Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So of course fear is good, but of course the question is who or what do you fear? For us, we fear Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's why we don't want to flip and be caught up in the punishment and the judgment, man, because that's what's going to be happening to Israel. Judgment starts at the house of the Most High. Let me even see if I can find that. Judgment. Yeah, that's the one. Because Israelites are going to get punished first before these heathens get caught up as well, man. So First Peter 4:17, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? So of course, it's gonna be a harsh season, man. As the apostle to her also deemed it, man, the year of destruction, the hopeful year of destruction. Our deliverance, and of course, judgment of the wicked, man. Destruction of the wicked as well. So of course you gotta keep that in mind, that this year is gonna be quite harsh, man. There's many things to come. You even got certain V's. I don't want to say the V word, because when you mentioned that back in 2020, 2021, 2022, videos get struck down. So you got to think ahead when you mention key words. But yeah, there's a new V that's circulating right now. You might get the fear mongering may begin again, for that specific thing, or even for multiple variants of that thing, or different V's altogether. So. And by the way, the thing that you get shot up on the arm, when doctors give you, that's known as we use that as the juice, as a code word. You should be able to discern what I'm talking about. But when we talk about the actual so-called thing that's used for fear mongering, we just label it as V. Apostle Paul sometimes says C ragamuffin, but I think that's reference to the actual needle thing. But anyways, to the point. 1 Peter 4:17, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. That's Israel, the real Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? So of course, those of whom are, swimming in their sin pridefully, their judgment's going to be very harsh, man. But anyways, let's continue.
She's scared of me or something? I don't know. I just feel that there's this darkness and fear. Now, it's kind of obvious that there's a fear of people now. Well, I say obvious, but maybe it isn't. But there's a fear of people. There's an untrustworthiness. And I think with that whole sort of like social distancing and all that kind of stuff, people are not trusting of others. But then there's this real discontent as well. In our bins, we keep finding like poo bags, like dog poo bags. Like, when they put the dog poos, they put it, having little bags. They keep throwing it in the bins, and we keep saying like, don't throw it up. We put signs there, and they just don't care. People just don't care. I was walking one time, and some woman just...
They won't regard their kings, man. So their leaders, their governments, here in the UK, people are just getting tired of listening, man. They don't have any trust anymore for their government, especially after 2020 when the whole thing kicked off, man. The amount of news and confusion people are at. Where is it? Regard their kings. I think it's 2 Ezra 15. This should be a quicker way. Alright. I'm going to read from verse 15. 2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So of course people are coming to the point where they're just tired of listening to whatever rulership system of which they're dealing with, man. That's talking about the governments, their presidents, their prime ministers over here. A prime minister is equivalent to a president in America, man. So over here in the UK, people are getting tired of that. That's what the Israelite was talking about here, man. That's what the Jake was talking about. It says in verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Remember Hunger Games? If you haven't watched that, will be quite good. I think there's a few on Netflix as well. You could probably watch a few of those, but that's how it is. You can't really go into a certain city unless you got certain authorization. Even what's it called? Songbird 23 or something like that. Songbird, which is literally a movie based upon what was happening in reality, when it was actually released. I think it was released 2022 or 2021. But yeah, there was very restrictive measures to go from city to city. And there's many more movies as well based on that too. So that what they show in the movie is going to happen in real life. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So, when it talks about sedition in verse 16, that's talking about people, rebelling against their government system, man. You're going to have them protests happening too. And that spirit is lingering in the air as well, man. Anyways, let's continue.
I was walking one time and some woman just flew, I didn't see this, but my partner says this woman just threw this dog bag in someone's garden. There's all of that. There's just no...
That's the type of foolishness that you would see in the UK, man. Of course, America, there's demons over there as well. That's a whole other level of demons, man. That's why the brothers over there still gotta be strong, But nevertheless, we all gotta be strong, or those of us in this truth, because we all get tested in our own way. And again, despite us falling short, we gotta pray for mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man, because it's not of our power, that we're able to implement our strength, but our power source is Yahweh and Yahushua. That's just the main message, man. Anyways, let's play a little bit more.
If your fellow man or woman, do you know what I mean? And you look at people's faces back in the day, and I say like late 90s, early 2000s. I remember, because that's, I'm 40, so I remember those times. It's probably better before that. But remember, you walk past someone, you just, you walk past, didn't know them, like, morning. You just walk past, If you caught a glance of their eye contact and things.
That's true. People are more, I guess the social aspects of people were still vibrant back in the day. I ain't even too old myself, man. But early 2000s, that was a time in itself. But when I say time in itself, I mean people are more sociable, talking, even if it's a stranger, it's like you're saying a quick hello or hi, morning, how are you? Little conversation here and there. Right now, that love, so-called love, or those pleasantries that people have, it's all fading away. And the reason why is because, as prophecy goes, the love of many shall wax cold, man. And let's get Matthew 24. I'll probably close it out right now, or shortly after this. So this is Matthew 24. I'll start from verse 4. Matthew 24:4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach Yahushua. Many going to claim that they're the anointed, chosen by the Most High, but they're not. And shall deceive many, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. From 2022, we had Ukraine and Russia. I think around 2023, Hamas, Hezbollah. 2024 as well, with the Israel versus Hamas, fighting against the Gaza Strip and whatnot. Well, yeah, those are examples of rumors of wars and wars. And you got also China in the background, lingering in the background, trying to take Taiwan, and then America saying, don't you dare. So there's a lot of wars that are lingering, man. There's a lot of wars lingering. So that's examples of wars happening. And of course, wars that are rumors as well to come, like the China and Taiwan. That's another example of a rumor. So it says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. So we ain't got to worry about these things. Yeah, we see it on the news. We ain't got to worry about them. This is also another example of having faith in Yahweh and Yahushua, having that confidence to know that, you're good, because we have our trust in Yahweh and Yahushua. All right. So it says, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, and all these are the beginning of sorrows. 20. In fact, let's break it down. It says kingdom against kingdom. An example of that is also the wars again. Country against country. You can liken that onto. It says, and there shall be famines. You know, there was a famine, somewhat of a famine in during the time of the 2020, the demic. You know, got to use cold words there. You know, there was a pestilence. You know, that's an example that was used there. But then we're gonna have even more severe pestilences where people gonna see with their eyes. You know, the effects of what do they call it? Well, first of all, yeah, the effects of the juice. You know what the people put in their arms. That's one, and also the effects of Esau spraying the skies as well. Remember chemtrails. Hopefully, hopefully that won't be a trigger word. But yeah. Chemtrails, man, which are just chemical trails are released in the air, man. When you see those planes and then you see a line behind it, let's just say if it's a clear blue sky, you see some lines. It's like they're playing crisscross right there, man. But anyways, all of that will contribute to pestilences. That's why sometimes I don't know if brothers, you know, in America may experience that as well. They probably do. But sometimes in the early morning or whatever, in the morning, you know, when you go out and you take an inhale, it's like the air don't even smell good. The air does not smell good. And that tells you, your body's telling you, you know, all through the programming that Yahushua has put within the body, you know, Yahweh and Yahushua has put within the body, we can discern when the air is not clean, man. Because you're smelling chemicals. That's why it doesn't smell good in the morning at certain days. It's chemicals, man. Especially when you notice it probably the previous day. Because they spray it up in the skies, and give it a few hours, that those same chemicals then come down. So all of that then can contribute to pestilences as well. It says, and earthquakes, that's why we've got to have faith in Yahweh Bashem Yashai, that he will heal us and protect us in this time, man. And earthquakes and diverse places, man. You know, earlier on this year, there was an earthquake in China. You know, we've had earthquakes for quite some time, but they're getting more severe. You know, when they say it's a magnitude of like 7.1 or above, those are some severe earthquakes, man. Severe earthquakes, 7.0 and above. Now it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake, for Yahweh's name's sake, for Yahweh's name's sake, man. For Yahweh Bashim Yahweh's name's sake. Not for the idol, Jesus Christ, not for that, not for so-called God, but for their real names, Yahweh, you know, for the Most High, and Yahushua for the Messiah, man, the Savior. So of course that's when the prophets are going to be put into prisons. You know, Revelation 2 and 10, Revelation 3 and 10. You know, but we're commanded not to fear any of these things which will happen to us. It says, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. Oh, the key part here, which is why I kept reading, was verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what's happening. Because iniquity, which refers to wickedness and increase in wickedness, you know, which part of it is all you gotta do is just look around you, man. You can see the levels of wickedness from the food that people eat, defiled, genetically modified, and also even just the unclean meats like pork being promoted, man, in the stores and whatnot. And not just that, you got the alphabet community. That's also another thing. Because anything that goes against the Most High, that can be that's a sin essentially, man. It's a transgression of him. Right, let's continue. Then the film will close it out from there.
Caught a glance at their eye contact and things, especially elderly. You always say morning to them, but just general, like, what's happening, man? You know, you didn't know that person. Now you say that. Look, he's like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to me? You creep, weirdo. Like, it's that sort of thing. And in the UK, it's worse than ever. And I was speaking to my cousin, because he went abroad. He travels a lot. And he went to Uganda. And he's just like saying, like, because, you know, he approached women over there, you know, chatted them up and stuff. And, like, it wasn't so much that they were, like, you know, up for it. But he said to a woman, hey, beautiful, how you doing? He goes, oh, I'm doing good. How are you? And he told me that. And I was like, what? They actually greeted you with a positive response?
Even just the reaction alone of this guy right here, you already know society's done. Society needs a cleanup, a reset, man. In terms of the morals of people, how people reason, that needs to get reset. Everything needs to get reset, man. From the food you eat. That's why a total wipeout was going to happen to America, man. all that fire is going to be directed towards America. When I say fire, I'm referring to the nuclear missiles, which are mentioned within Joel 2. So all that's going to be directed towards America, man. But anyways, I'll probably link the rest of the video, if you want to watch it. Sometimes you might see these type of videos recommended. But I'll link it to the bottom in the description of this video that I'm doing right now. And, you guys can continue watching it, man. But yeah, it's a cold spirit out here, man. It's a cold spirit. The love of many shall wax cold, as we mentioned again. This is Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity, that increase in wickedness, shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that's why people are acting the way they're acting. It's not just UK. It's other countries too. But anyways, Shalom. Yabashim Mishah Brakatham. And hopefully, this can be seen as something that's built you up, man. That's edifying. So yeah, Shalom.